working with the Armenian people. I was working with a small village of people at archaeological dig, and I felt like I was part of their family.
I think for both of us, just also as a couple being part of any Armenian family, that they welcome us and include us in everything.
Well, again, at the archaeological dig, it was very rewarding to dig down in the layers of dirt. Each shovelful is deeper and deeper, and you end up finding some bones or broken pottery. And to me, that was fascinating, very rewarding.
My job was getting people to talk in English and Spanish to even the most shy people. At the end, they were talking and more comfortable speaking. I was in another room working on my computer. We were at home, and all of a sudden I hear him say, "Parebzes," and he's talking to somebody. But so I didn't know what was going on, so here's what happened in the other room.
So I was making pancakes. They don't have pancakes in Armenia.
Well, they have pancakes, yes, they have pancakes, but they're different.
Different, yes.
So we're making them.
I had the window open, and I'm making pancakes, so I believe the smell of the pancakes was going outside. And all of a sudden I'm making pancakes, and I hear a knock, 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 knock on the window. And I look over, and there's a very old woman, and she's speaking Armenian to me, and I have a feeling it's about the nice smell of the pancakes. And I said, "Sorry, I can only speak English."
And then from my point of view, I'm like, who is he talking to? He doesn't speak any Armenian, and who is he chatting with in the kitchen? There was that moment, remember we were in the street and we were looking for an address, and so we spent a lot of time just standing there talking to each other, and there was some children going back and forth on their bikes and kind of looking at us, and at one point they started talking to us, and they said like, and they were just talking to us, and then they went on their way, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great moment.
And I also think the family that we interacted with most here, which are now our friends and our Armenian family, the night before I left, we left Gyumri. I don't know, all of a sudden I turned around and looked at their faces, and that just was so emotional for me, because I thought I'm not going to see them anymore.
Everyone was sad that we were leaving. We were sad that we were leaving. At the dig site, they had a news crew come out. Which station is it?
Shunt.
And they were filming the dig, and my boss there asked me, "Do you want to be interviewed?" So I said, "Oh, okay," because I normally don't like to do that, but I said, "It's good for me." So I had the interview, and I didn't think it would ever make it on the news, so I didn't tell her. So that evening,
the grandfather of our family, the grandfather of the family,
he was
called up his son and said, "Kari's on the news, Kari's on the news," and then they told us the next day. That was a surprise.
Very good surprise.
The first, I think, is to be okay doing separate things, and then coming together again and talking about it is great. You don't have to always be together, and learn some Armenian before you come.
That's what I was going to say. Learn at least a little bit of Armenian.
Don't worry if you have a day where you're disappointed or discouraged. It will only be a moment, and the rest will be amazing.
A good experience.